We're now deep into November and we're heading straight towards those festivities. Who's excited? We certainly are. We'll start off this episode of Web Wednesday with some fresh news from Apple, where they've unveiled another beta program, but instead of offering early previews of software for your Mac, iPhone or iPad, they've actually started a new initiative called Business Essentials. So what exactly is it? It's a subscription package aimed at small businesses with 3 different plans. Starting at just $299 per device per month, they can cover employees across a single device or more than one device, or a more expensive plan that covers multiple devices and adds more cloud storage. An Apple Care Plus package will also be available when it launches fully in spring 2022, adding 24/7 phone support, access to training and on-site repairs from Apple trained technicians. Like many other device management platforms, it streamlines the onboarding process with pre-installed apps, as well as management of security settings like File Vault for disk encryption and Activation Lock to secure devices if they're lost or stolen. There's also a new Business Essential app coming for iOS, iPadOS and macOS that puts all of these various settings into one place. With small businesses being established faster than ever before and more people working remotely, the Business Essentials suite makes light work of some of the more challenging elements of an IT department. Next we go to McLaren, who've promptly shut down claims that the company's been bought by Audi in order for them to gain an entry into Formula One. In a statement, the brand said that the story was wholly inaccurate, adding that McLaren's technology strategy has always involved ongoing discussions and collaboration with relevant partners and suppliers, including other car makers. However, there's been no change in the ownership structure at McLaren Group. From a Formula One point of view, the deal would have ensured that Volkswagen Group, which actually owns Audi, would have direct access into an entry into Grand Prix racing. Volkswagen has been involved in discussions over the specification of the new F1 powertrain and has been openly considering a commitment to the pinnacle of motorsport. We feel this might not be the end of this story. For this one, we're swapping 4 wheels for 2, and although my remit is very much around cars, I'll try my best to talk about motorbikes for this one. This weekend just past was a pretty poignant one for fans, with the legendary Valentino Rossi calling it a day on his MotoGP career. The stats around his career are simply jaw-dropping. 9 World Championships, 89 wins and 199 podiums out of 372 starts. For perspective on that, Rossi has actually completed 44% of every single MotoGP race since 1949. That's insane, isn't it? Can you imagine that? 44% of every single race. We wish Valentino all the very best for the future, and the grid is going to be very, very quiet without him. We go from one iconic rider to another, and this one is pretty personal for us here at AdFeeder. Triumph has a rich history in creating motorcycles for dirt, for the open road, and also for the racetrack. Malcolm Uphill was born in April 1935 in Caerphilly, and was one of those guys that was just born to ride a motorcycle. In 1965, Uphill achieved a double win at the 350cc junior and the 500cc classes at the Manx Grand Prix, and later completed in the highest level in the World Championships, where he finished 9th overall. But Malcolm Uphill became a Welsh hero in 1969. He rode to victory on a 750 production class on a Triumph Bonneville with a 100 mph average speed lap, which prompted the renaming of the Dunlop K81 motorcycle tyre as the TT100. It was actually the first time anyone had ever averaged such a high speed around the Isle of Man TT. To mark such an important man and the bike he used, as well as the legendary Ton Up boys of the 1950s and 60s, who were well known as the original cafe racers, Triumph have launched a rather special bike. The new Thruxton RS Ton Up edition celebrates the passion and iconic style of the record-breaking Thruxton, with a unique design scheme that is actually available for just 1 year only. The original Thruxton played a major part in the birth of motorcycle motorsport, as far back as the 1950s when racing the Bonneville first took victory with the legendary Thruxton 500 race series, from which it took its name, courtesy of British racing legend Mike Hailwood. And from then onwards, the Thruxton was a dominating force, race winner and record breaker with years of success spanning the 1960s. Our CEO here at AdFeeder holds Malcolm Uphill and the Triumph brand very close to his heart, where his late father grew up in the same school as Malcolm, and ever since Dave started riding motorcycles, he's been affiliated with Triumph ever since. Now all we know is somebody needs to grab Dave's wallet before he puts an order down on one of these Thruxtons. Once again guys, thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for next week. We bring you more news from the world of automotive and tech. Take care.